Good morning, bonjour, welcome back to the show the universe loves, Timo's Cruise to Mars. I'm your host, Timo Cruz. We're about to cruise to Mars. You already know what it is. If you're looking for merch, it's in the description. Timo's Cruise to Mars. I got my face on Timo's Cruise to Mars merch. Trying to do something different with the intros now. I'm doing this before I edit, actually, today, so I'm going to probably do it in yesterday's video, which is actually only 2 clips, but I just talked like super long. I was just blabbing. And now, today, something different has happened. I'm not gonna go over it quite yet, but it's alright. It's great. It's amazing, actually, and we're going to just continue to make this community like great. You know what I mean? That's the goal, and I'm gonna just really try and focus on that every single day. Is try to put more love out there, gain the community, gain more support, gain more everything. You know what I mean? More funding for everything, so we can continue to keep building. I took 3 of the silly shrooms this morning by Lifted Made. Boom, the silly shrooms, cool. Now these aren't necessarily like super psychedelic. They're more just like the normal stuff, like lion's mane, or is it lion's tail? I think it's lion's mane, right? Chaga, Cordyceps, resin lion's mane, yeah, reishi, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Which is same in like mud water. It's the same stuff. So if you drink mud water, or if you've seen the commercials, same stuff that's in there. But psychedelics on like state levels usually now are actually like good. You know what I mean? So you can get maybe not necessarily LSD, but LSD is like, it's different. And if you see my acid trip video, you already know like it changed my whole life. My routine and everything I do now daily is because of my acid trip. Technically, I mean, I was already doing it, but it's what made me get back into it and made me never ever quit ever again. So that's what we're doing today, and we're just making sure that everything is going super smooth because it's the last day of the first week of 2023. It's the 7th, man. It's the 7th. I'm gonna go brush my teeth right now really quick. New toothbrush is fire. The new head is fire. I'm not gonna lie. I do kind of like how the old one sat on there different, because this one can kind of fall off, but it does work a little bit better. We're also cutting our hair today because we do that every other day. People who are wondering on my bald head and my it's more like stubble. It's not really like a beard. It's just a light something. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much what's going on today, as well as some great energy. So help me out, please, and let's continue to grow this community. I don't care if it's $1, one person, one view at a time, every single day. We will continue to grow until we're doubling, quadrupling, quintupling everything every single day, every single time we even think or look at it. Just boom, it's going to get bigger, and it's going to be for the right reason too. It's going to be all love. It's going to be all, you support me, I support you, you support me, I support you, you support him, he supports you. Like, everyone. And if you don't support him, nah, bro. It's like you're either in, and if you're not in, it's not you're an enemy. It's just like you're just not in. You know what I mean? We only need positivity. If you're negative, either be positive and come in with us, or just take your negativity over there. We'll still give you positivity. It's not that we won't, but you know what I'm saying? It's just how it is. So, like, I don't think Squidward's ever been in SpongeBob's house, right? SpongeBob's been in Squidward's house plenty of times. You know what I mean? If you're the happy guy, you got to be the one that's going out there and is just looking evil right in the face and is like, bitch, I'm right here, you know? And evil will be way too scared to come in your house. Trust me on that one. So, believe in yourself. And let's get today fucking going, man. I love it. I'm going to get copyright claimed already, so I don't give a fuck. I'm going to just play music. I hope my I have stuff dripping from me. But this music's like really opening me up. Like, I'm realizing like we're just plants, bro. Like, literally think of your life as a plant. And you might be like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And no, just listen, because you're not getting it. You're not understanding it. Like, think about everything you do, but you've never thought about anything you've ever done in your entire life. You've never thought about anything you've done in your entire life. You know why? Because you don't even know why you take a shit. Think about that for a second. What? Whoa. Why do I take a shit? And you're like, because all the bad nutrients, duh. Okay, why? Why does that? Why do you feel great after you take a shit? Right? Because you get up, you're like, oh man, I feel great. I feel light. I didn't even need that. But while you're doing it and you're there in that situation and you're squatting, you're kind of like, oh, you're pushing through and it sucks. It hurts. You don't like it. You know, you don't like it. You're like, I'd rather just hold on to this part of myself. Like, honestly. But you go through that pain, and then on the other side, you're like, oh shit, I feel like great. And just like letting go feels better because you get more from it. right? Like, you get more from letting go than actually trying, because you're trying to hold it in. When you just let go, everything just flows, because the universe is like breathing, right? And I've explained that before, but I've never really thought about it more in depth. And that's really what it is, right? The universe is just breathing. And like, if you can feel your mouth move, you're wrong. Okay, because you should not feel your mouth move. You should just, everything should just be flowing. And if you're like, I shouldn't have said that, but it just came out, you have the wrong mindset. So you're having the wrong mindset already. Like, I don't even think and I just talk. It's just going. It's going because I know it's true. I know it's 100%. Nothing is wrong with a single word I've ever said in this moment. And I've been praying and meditating every single day, and I've been continuing to do this journey from a month ago when I took this, which I just looked earlier this morning. It was 4 weeks ago. So yes, this is the second trip. I didn't want to do it, but it was, something was just telling me. And yeah, maybe it is like, I keep having to like relax, because if I don't bring myself back down, I'll like just go into like this space, and like I want to be there, but I also want to be here. So right now we're trying to get to Mars. Still, we're getting to Mars. We're going to Mars, right? But you got to remember, we're not there yet. To get there, we can make this place Mars. How do we do that? Well, let everything go, right? Like, just let go of all the bad shit, let go of all the good shit, because it makes you happy. Now it's gonna make someone else happy. Boom, now it comes back to you. Boom, you give it back. I explained it like this, right? Last time I did this, it was telling me to move. It was telling me to move. I was like, why? Why would I move? Why would I move, right? Why would I do that? Well, why I would move is because you want me to move, right? And he wants him to move, whatever, right? I get it. Sometimes you don't even understand yourself. And you're like, why? But really try to understand yourself. And now I know all three of us, and you being here as a camera is like so much better. It makes it so much easier, because now I can talk to you, which is also myself. But it's not, it's also you, right? So I'm already doing my job. You just got to find out how to do your job. You know? Like, how does a tree shit? How does a tree love? Why is a tree so big and hard, and you know what I mean? Because it's sexy. It's fucking chiseled abs. It's fucking hot, right? Why is it sexy? Because it's trying to fucking produce. Why? Because it's trying to be happy. But that's what sex is. Why do we like sex so much? Because it makes you happy. We like love after that because that's a longer lasting happiness, but it doesn't feel as good in the moment. So you always want that highest amount of happiness you can get. And what is that? That's just sex. That's what it is. We're just like plants. Plants just want sex. That's all they want. Energy from this is all we want, is energy. That's it. It's all everyone wants. So go out and feel the energy. And if you do go out and breathe it in, it's way better than being in your house. Even with like a fan, like with my fan off, I feel so like, it's weird. Like, I can live in it because I've been through it, but I don't know. The more you like brighten things up, the better things get. That's honestly true. I can't even lie. And I can still wear all black too and do it. So it's not that you can't, but it's almost like when you get it, you get it. And if you don't get it, you can't explain it. You just have to do it, because monkey see, monkey do, right? Monkey see, monkey do isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's a great thing. It's an amazing thing, because that's how we're created. You're not created to just know. You fall out of the womb and you just know what to do. No, what the fuck, right? So we've almost taken things too, like too seriously. Like, that happened to a certain point, and someone was like, yo, these things are just dropping on the floor, like, we gotta catch them, right? And now it's like, we're just dropping them in the middle of the woods, we need like a building for this or something, you know what I mean? So now it's like, this whole thing that we're living in, this world is, I was thinking, like, do I even want a house? I don't know. I don't even know if I want a house anymore, because it's keeping me away, right, from the outside. And it's not that you want to be away from everyone else, it's that you want to be away from negativity. But why do you want to be away from negativity? Because it doesn't have good energy. Good energy is what you want. And I'm someone who fought my way through depression, having 0 substances, no caffeine, no nicotine, no marijuana, no anything, and never trying anything except having, caffeine, nicotine, maybe a little marijuana, maybe a little alcohol. I tried around like 17, 18, but I didn't even really do them until I was like 19, 20, you know what I'm saying? So I got out of that shit by myself. And I think that's why I'm like the strongest. And I know that's weird to say, but it's not like that. It's almost just like my trunk is very strong, you know? I have a strong base. And that is what it's allowing my hands to just keep going up. And that's, I don't know. So, play into your height. You know, if you're a short guy, you're not going to be able to be as tall, but that's fine because you're affecting people at your level. So do more with less, right? I'm going to do the most I can at my level. The next guy does the next he can at his level. But he can't get to his level if I don't do my job. So stop trying to be like that guy. Or don't stop trying to be like that guy, but don't try and do that guy's job until you're there. Do your job and try and be like him, but don't do his job until you're there. That's what it is. Keep growing, and then when you get there, you get there. If you're not there, just let go and grow with it and trust the process, because that's what it is. It's a process. It's a cycle. Nothing dies, nothing lives. It's all the same. It's just, and he sucks all that bad out, and that's what all the hurricanes are. And then it lets all that good in, and you're like, sunshine and rainbows and the beach and everything. Summer comes back. Right? That's what it is. And it's just constantly that over the face of the world. It's just dragging over the face of the world. And you're just like, whoa, this feels good. And you're like, this kind of sucks. That's kind of sucks. Oh, it feels good again. Now it's a little too hot. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're doing, and we can't envision it. Another thing is, too, is I figured out the first rule of life is let it go. First rule of life is let it go. Isn't that some shit? Now, another thing I looked at is this. I was like, well, what else am I doing already? I'm already smiling, right? But that's at the bottom. Oh, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's this way. It's like this. It's like an eyeball. This is the last step. Don't compare. Give it time, stay calm. But this also might just be my imagination and how I'm perceiving things right now, because everything's based on perception. Everything's based on... Imagine if you couldn't see right now and you felt out. What the hell is this? Perception is everything. Seeing is believing. Yes, it truly is. Because if you saw something else, you don't even need to touch it. You can feel the energy. That's why music's so strong, because it doesn't touch you, but you feel it. You know? Sex is so strong because you touch it and you feel it in every, like, right way. But just imagine this, right? Opening your eyes and closing your eyes. Well, who does that differently? Asian people to Americans, right? Their eyes are a little bit different. It's kind of like a thing, but it's like a real thing. Now, why are they so good at being, like, smarter? They're more like... how can I compare that? If there was, like, a Japanese plant, right? It'd grow like this. An American plant would grow like this. Why? Because, like, it's trying to reach out. And a Japanese plant's just trying to reach up. And that's not a bad thing if you're in a sea of other people that are reaching up. Because now you look like grass. And you're just... And secretly, you're, like, the strongest. Because a person can hold themselves up on a bed of nails. Right? Imagine what a whole world covered of grass could do. It'd hold everything up, right? Whole world full of grass could hold your ass up. Easy. Could hold another world up. So maybe that's what we are. I'm not saying mold is a good thing. I'm not saying all living things are amazing or great, but I'm saying all energy took this energy from this plant, who took it from the sun, who I think really the sun is another being who's just putting out this energy. All of it, just all the time, 100%, million %, all of it. Just, they are. Because you have to think, if I wasn't getting this energy, where would I go, right? Think about that for a second. Think about that. Think about, you ever played Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, right? Notice how the flame gets lower and lower. If you don't know the lore, you're going to learn right now, right? So it starts out, the lore of this flame is, like, really big after these lords, like, fight all these dragons. Oh my god, it's such a crazy world. It sounds so weird. I know if you're not into the type of shit, you're probably like, what the fuck? But it's so real, dude. It's so real. I was explaining too, like, why did I buy this thing? It's got little mushrooms, little fucking gnome. Well, that's probably us. Like, he was like our father, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are like little mushrooms who turned into Smurfs, who then turned into the Jetsons, right? Like, all along, that's all we ever were. And now It's not that we haven't got to this point because we've been past this point, but now we're regressing. Why? Why are we regressing? Well, it's because we're not together. It's like that was like one bud, right? Just boom, just shot out. It was like, fuck yeah. But the rest of us are too scared. We're like, ooh, it took a lot of work. I don't want to do that. And it's like, why? What? We should be all doing it though. We should all be doing it. Because if it was like the 70s, there's gonna be two things that happen in my life. Okay? I'm like an infection. So I'm either gonna get killed or I'm gonna win. That's the only outcomes. I'm an infection. That's what I was built to be. I'm made to be that. But it's not a bad infection. It's just like touching you and just like and it's making you be like, yo, fire. And that's who I am. That's what my community is. And that's my perspective on the thing. But I can see everyone else's eyes now. And I can read the way they read now by opening and shutting my eyes the way they do. Perception isn't all on the lens. It's also on the lids. That's something we already knew, obviously. Because there's already names for that. So I'm not learning anything new. But that's something you guys need to see, maybe. See, I almost like get disappointed in myself because I'm like, I'm not learning anything new. I already knew that. Secretly, like, I already knew how to shit. I don't need to know that. But that's the thing is, like, now I do know. So it's like, oh, now I can do the next thing because I can just focus all on that. I think that's what this song kind of does. Like, this song specifically, it's made to, like, make you anxious, like a bumblebee. And, like, I almost don't like it. Like, it's cool. Like, if it's around you, cool. And that's the thing is, you should be able to have that energy around you because a bumblebee's energy is like that. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. We're just like a little plant. Just sitting there, just dancing. That's all we're doing, dude. Is dancing and singing. And that's it. And if everyone else would dance and sing with us, we'd all be happy. That's literally it. So you get so big and you dance so much that you become the next, like, you become the tops of the cannabis plant, right? Oh, we're going to use this channel for so much good. You become the tops of the cannabis plant, right? The leaves that everyone takes pictures of, everyone wants to see, but then there's those bottoms. And you're like, man, I don't want to smoke those bottoms. But no, dude, the bottoms are sick because the bottoms are what makes the tops, man. Because if there wasn't bottoms, you'd smoke the tops every day and you'd be like, no, this is great, but like, it's never not great. Like, what the fuck? And there's nothing bad with that, but going through that bad and remembering it makes it so much more satisfying. It's like, it truly is. And I think some people get mad at that because they can't experience it. They can't. They're like, I want to and I can't. So now I'm going to hate on you because I can't. Why can't you, though? You totally can. Just let it out. Just let it out. Just let it out. It's totally the music. It's totally just the music. And I'm going to give you life in one picture right now in two different ways. Okay? Here's the first way. And then the second way would be kind of, I guess it'd be like this. Like that. Boom. You can kind of see it clearly this way. Kind of see where we came from to where we want to be. But why do we want to be there? Well, you have to look at yourself because everything is quite literal. The world isn't flat. The ground isn't flat. But it is, right? Like, if you look down, is that really down? No. It's northwest. You know what I mean? Like, do you want to be so exact? Doesn't matter. Just put out the good energy. And the good energy will find you because it will. That's how energy works. And if you're a bad energy, sometimes you might be. And then you'll flow in with the bad energy. It's like a breath. It's like, are you really dead for that second where you're not breathing? Like, no, you're not, right? You're still alive. You're still here. You're still looking. You're still feeling. Even if you're not, even if you're doing nothing, are you really just doing nothing? And then you're like, kind of like, damn, I kind of like doing nothing. Like, it feels good to do nothing. You know what I mean? That's why people are lazy. It's because they're like, I just want to lay in my bed But it's like, dude, like, don't you want to make the bed? Like, what the fuck? So maybe my mind's the opposite, and I'm deep down in my noggin of no hair is like a root, right? Or like a seed, and then my roots are down here. Like, I'm the head. I'm a head. I'm a head, right? I'm a head. I'm your son, and I'm talking to you down here because you're my son. As in, I'm your son of light, and you're my son younger than me. And I'm teaching you just like I would have a younger me to help myself grow. And it's just going to keep evolving until eventually you'll meet me and we'll just all be there together. That's it. That's how I'm ending the video. I don't know. It sounds wild. I didn't even get to finish editing for today, but nothing matters, and I just got to put it out there. The show the universe loves. Timo's Cruz to MarZ. I'm Timo Cruz. And you're everyone else. And you love me and I love you, and that's it. I don't know. That's it. That's it. It simply is. You know, I can't end it there because I've just been thinking about the pure energy of the world and everything. And I think that the energy is like telling me I got to go back to LA. And if you want to be a part of it and you're here right now, then come to LA and I'll meet you there. And we'll figure it out from there. So I'll see you there, get there, and I'll be waiting. And it doesn't matter when you see this, actually. You're right.